Hi everybody, this is a twin flame soul connection reading and for the solar eclipse in June in Gemini, the twin flame eclipse and new moon, and it's a light language healing of what comes up in the cards. So these are the outcome cards. And this is our journey to that outcome over the next few weeks between this new moon and the full moon coming in Capricorn in a couple of weeks' time. So the focus, I think, is that this card signifies divine union of twin flames or soul connections, but specifically the twin flames, the coming together, the unity. You can see that's happening in the sky. So we're looking at the upper dimensions, the 5D, and the karmic cycles coming to an end, I've been having a real sense of the true divine essence coming through each twin individually, clearing the throat chakra, clearing this where truth hasn't been spoken. So this is the sort of truth, the sort of communication, and there's a divine hand holding it, and this is representing the legend of King Arthur and the sword in the stone, where he pulls the sword out of the stone. To me, this represents it's what couldn't be done. Nobody could pull that sword out of the stone unless you were the right person. So it's about being the divinely chosen one, stepping into your divinely chosen path and pulling that sword from the stone. And as it's about communication and cutting through all the crap, basically, getting to the heart of the matter, getting to the truth and speaking up, I do believe this is about clearing up karmic cycles, working out all the ego layers, all the ancestral programmed patternings, and all the emotional triggers that have come up that you maybe have eaten or drunken down or squashed and ignored, and working through it and coming into this divine union. So that's the 5D union that's always there, and it's a portal at the moment to really bring that into physical reality. This is union as well. This is wholeness, completion and harvest, and this is the party after the harvest. And the three women represent the 3 stages or 3 cycles in life, and they're joyous and they're coming together in a trinity. I see this in a twin flame reading as being the third energy and the twins. So the wholeness of the twin flame from the 5D all the way down to the 3D reality. This to me really signifies divine union all the way through to physical level, so the meeting of the twins. So this here is physically meeting, physically coming into contact, either running into each other. I would say clearing up the past, clearing up the issues, speaking about them, making everything clear, having the discussion, talking about it. There are those 2 cups again in the 5D. They're there, they're waiting for this these two to make the connection and come together. reach up and grab those cups and share them and drink together. So yeah, this one here really is about genetics passed down, hierarchy passed down, but it's also a card of potential, because you can see this is the before tarot. So it's the before the traditional cards. In the traditional cards, those dogs are grown up. There's a little boy running around who's a baby in the image. So this is the early stages, the new beginning. This also represents the new beginning. And this represents the end of a cycle, the end of the karma, moving into the new beginning, the unified new beginning. In the traditional deck, that's a woman in the middle of there. In this one, it literally represents the twin flames that are one. They're one in spirit, moving in a cosmic dance in physical reality with their physical bodies, but as one unit in spirit, moving through two vessels in a cosmic dance. So this one is also talking about being at that beginning stages and being aware that you're laying the foundations for the next generations. So you're moderating what you've learnt, picking up the positive, good things that you've learned through your family lines and your cultures and your upbringings and your past lives, and you're bringing them. It's an abundant card. You are bringing those things forward, and you're shaping the next generations. But with twin flames, you're not just shaping the next generations. You're creating a template for human relationships. You're creating a higher template of soul connection, and it's going to eradicate codependency and those old toxic traditional relationship patterns that are based more around business and hierarchy and getting ahead and survival and inequality, rather than unity, happiness, unified intentions, consciousness of what you're creating in the world, consciousness of how your relationship lays a foundation for relationships going forward, not just through your family line but through your communities, and that you're actually bringing in the codes. So I'm being told that those stars or those pentacles are actually light codes coming in to help you lay this higher foundation for relating. And this is then the twins doing that on the ground, meeting each other eye to eye, face to face, seeing eye to eye, picking up those cups in a cosmic dance and drinking in the codes. Also, that lion can represent the incoming souls, the higher vibrational, new evolutionary souls, the sensitive souls, the star seeds that are coming in to also help evolve the planet to the ascended reality, to the new earth, and they're wanting to come in through the twin flame union and the soul connections into these higher templates. This card in the middle, this is the card that we're going to bring the antidote in for. So this is what traditionally happens, especially in the masculine energy, is that, or the masculine gender, is that when their emotions come up and things feel uncomfortable, they drink them down. Like drinking alcohol or eating a lot of food, or just whatever it is to avoid the feelings, to squash them back down. And of course, what we're doing, being born into these particular family scenarios and beliefs and patternings and cultural patternings and traditions, is to experience them, let the feelings come up and transmute them with love. That's what the twin flames and the star seeds and the light workers are here for. So this card can be a celebration. It can be really living it up and enjoying, but it can also be ignoring your feelings and wasting and squandering those codes and those gifts from the divine that you are supposed to be transmuting and clearing for yourself, for your family line, for the collective, for the next generations. So that's what we're going to be working with. You know, this also is, you know, unconscious sex, sex for gratification and lust, where there's no connection or love, just as an avoidance, as a numbing, as an instant gratification, to not have to face the triggers and things that are coming up. So we're going to help this guy step into this and this and this. Here is where he's juggling, trying to make a decision. There's potentials on the horizon. It's trying to work out which way to go. It's like a choice. It's he could overindulge and ignore and stay where he is and not complete the cycles and not move into unity. Or he could take these cups, feel them, work with them, and choose to really embody his higher essence. This is the opportunity he's been given. These triggers are coming up, and we can kind of see these cups being held by the divine and offered to him as these are opportunities for growth. These are opportunities to see these triggers and clear them, and move beyond them in victory, and then leading I'm seeing a whole trail of people behind him that he leads by doing that, especially the masculine. Especially the masculine who have been conditioned to not feel, to squash down their feelings, to not be crybabies, to not be vulnerable, to be strong, to always show strength, to not show their emotions, to not show their love. So he has a choice when he's offered this cup to consume it consciously and use these light codes, use these triggers and these opportunities to transmute, to clear, to understand, to validate and to move forward, or to drink it away and indulge and party. There's a lot of partying coming here and here. There's a lot of partying and indulgence and celebration, and it can be a conscious, happy celebration from success and union, or it can be an avoiding one where you've got the consequences later of still being in the same patterns and probably having a hangover and feeling bad about whatever you've done unconsciously that hasn't fed your soul. So yeah, I've been getting a lot about wholeness and bringing in your divine essence and living it and really stepping into it. It's a call to really step into it. Step into it within yourself. That's this one as well. So the star. So like really bringing in that, connecting to who you really are, connecting to your higher purpose, bringing that in. Being vulnerable, being open, being honest, being clear. These two are connected, and standing in that truth. And from there, reaching abundance, having your dreams come true. And also when you're doing that within yourself, there's the masculine version of that and there's the feminine version of that. That then brings in the first stages, physical connection and working out the differences, leading to divine union. So the divine union within yourself can lead to the physical union in reality, right from the top all the way down. So these two are linked here as well. I'm seeing this as the masculine side and the feminine side, and then this is the unified side. There's 2 there, there's 2 there, and there's 4 there, so 2 twos. So that's right in the middle, unified from this side and from heaven and earth. So this is the central card, and this is where all the triggers come up. So down here we've got all the foundations of your beliefs around money and abundance. This isn't just material wealth. This is the family, the loyal friends, the community around you, the feeling fulfilled in the work you do, that enhances you and your loved ones and your community. And this one here is is also similar to that. It is abundant, it's wealthy. This is a successful businessman here. He's got all these community giving him, on their knees giving him money. He knows what to do with it, but inherent in this one is the fears of scarcity, or fears for the health, or some kind of underlying reason that he needs to accumulate wealth. Accumulate wealth without any conscious awareness of anybody else. It's a very me, mine kind of non-emotional accumulation of wealth. Whereas the one above is the abundance coming in through connection to spirit, through intuition, through unity with all that is. So this one is reminding you that true wealth is not material on its own. It needs, true wealth comes from having love and abundance and prosperity and harmony and peace and community. This one remains at that survival level of that we were talking about before, from traditional, from the past, where you couldn't expand up into what you want in your life, or fulfilling your creative urges or your divine purpose, or be with the woman you wanted, because it was about survival. It wasn't, survival is the base of the pyramid. You need food in your mouth, you need a roof over your head, you need work, you need to be warm, all those kind of things. This is the level that a lot of humanity was existing at, which has formed the foundations of society, and how society works and how relationships work, not just romantic relationships, but relationships with colleagues, with the community, with family, etc. This is what we're shifting out. So on the masculine side, we've got the clear logic that it doesn't need to work that way anymore. The world has changed, and we're bringing that into the foundations of the family, and then carrying that forward. And on the feminine side, we've got the divine guidance and the knowing and the soul's mission coming in as well. In both, we've got the divine coming in, and we're clearing out that that survival level, and in this case with the feminine, I would say we're clearing codependency that stemmed from having to marry to survive, and having to marry not who you want or who you love, but who can provide for you. It's different these days. Not everywhere, but this is what we're here to change. These are the codes we're bringing in. We're clearing these now, and we're all doing this, but I will also bring in some codes for this in this transmission. And it really does come down to not ignoring it, allowing yourself to feel it, and take the opportunity to work through it. Bring the codes that are being offered you, receive them, drink them in, receive the codes. They will clear out these lower levels. They will clear out the dark emotions that come up, the situations that come up around you that you're here to clear. You have the tools for this. Okay, so let's bring in some light language. So we're coming down to this one. So this is clearing through the solar plexus chakra and the diaphragm, where okay, so I'm getting possibly when you met your counterpart or your twin flame, you had high hopes, you wanted it to work, you could see the potential, you're excited, you knew this was your twin soul, you knew what you had, it feeling, it changed your life, it opened you up, it started off all these triggers and clearings. And what I'm feeling is the disappointment of that not coming to fruition, of that not going anywhere, or it not taking the course that you expected. You know, these triggers are really, really difficult. They're really deep triggers, and they're multi-level triggers and multiple levels. And they're there because you guys are meant to work through them, and for your own healing, your own evolution, but also for the evolution of relationships on the planet. Whether you eventually come together or not, it's really about that process. It's not about the coming together in the end. It's about working through that process and clearing up the triggers that come up. So this is clearing right now, and I'm feeling, as I'm speaking it, I'm feeling it moving out through the lower spine and the base chakra now, the survival level chakra. We're clearing out the tension and the pain and the trauma of having to constantly work through those triggers that your twin triggers in you. And now we go to here. So these are all the fixed signs in the zodiac around the outside there. And the fixed signs are stable. They don't change, they don't move. So I feel like what we're doing is we're clearing out the stubbornness whilst also bringing in the stability. So and I'm feeling a lot moving out through the sacral chakra and the crown, also from the cerebrum, like the brain. So we're clearing out old patterns from the brain, old belief systems from the brain, that the ego is based on. So the ego is based on learned patternings trying to keep you safe. So we're clearing that stubbornness out of the neuronal pathways, and the neuronal pathways keep you in the same cycles. You see this, you act that way. We're clearing that. This doesn't necessarily mean that outcome anymore. So we're clearing the belief that you see one thing or one trigger, it means a certain outcome. It's being cleared. And I'm seeing that pumpkin there, which is represents Halloween to me, and I'm being shown that it's going to take until October for those changes to be really visible on the physical plane and being ready to celebrate them. So I'm getting around Halloween time. And now there's an activation of the heart, which is spreading up to the throat. So the true feelings of the heart are going to be known to yourself and therefore able to be expressed and acted on. So that feeling of I can't express my true feelings, I can't have what I want, and I can't act on my true feelings, they're being shifted out, and I'm really seeing that embrace and that coming together in joy and unity. And a really, really big expansion at the crown, pillar of light moving right through from heaven to earth. Okay, that's actually it. That's the reading. A little bit of light language there, but that was all that was needed, because it has brought that flow from the divine all the way down into the physical. So it should bring up some triggers, and if you feel maybe despondent or empty, it's more of an emptiness, maybe a feeling of not being present, just kind of blah, you know, like the feeling I'm perceiving is like the opposite of divine presence flowing through you, and the opposite of being in union. So it's like, it's not a loneliness, but it's like being alone, nothing I feel inspired to do, nothing I'm excited about, just getting on with the mundane day-to-day life, feeling really focused on, say, work and whatever your you know, day-to-day activities are that you're working on, being able to be focused on that, but not feeling the joy and the love and the unity and the community, like that's missing. That's the feeling that I'm getting, you know, the focusing on the survival level, on the day-to-day, on the responsibilities, on the things I have to do to provide, so that I don't, you know, for survival. Yeah. So this is what's going to come up from this reading and this transmission and these codes. So what you need to do is just be with them. Know they're coming up because they're clearing out. Don't stuff them back down. Do whatever you can to help them move through. Feel them, acknowledge them, even notice where they came from. But notice how they feel, and allow them to move out. And I can feel, as I said, that I can feel an expansion in your energy field as you do allow them to move out. I can feel them moving out, and then an expansion in the lower, an expansion in the upper, and a connection to the star above you, the star above your head. So to your guidance, your divine support, to your dreams coming true, to the reality of what desires are in your heart, because they are your soul purpose. They are what you're here for. Your connection to that, and being able to even feel them in your hands, because they're that tangible. I can feel those stars in your hands. It's like the pots are not there now, and what's in the hands are the stars. So I'm feeling stars in the hands because you are embodying your dreams. Your dreams are becoming reality now. So drink a lot of water, listen to your body, give it what it needs, listen to your emotions, and take care, everybody.